Welcome back to another exciting adventure of The Plain Truth, Rethinking the Curve. I'm your host, Travis Finley. In this episode, I discuss my thoughts on what I call the St. Nick fallacy. And I would appreciate your thoughts and feedback on this. And let's continue to interact as we consider our world and how it is plainly flat.
So, the thing that I was talking to someone else about in terms of explanations for our understanding of reality had to do with the lie that parents tell their children concerning Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy or whatnot. So, the more your child grows in his understanding of the world, the more your child is going to begin to see through the farce of a jolly man coming down the chimney with presents. Or not, because if you don't have chimneys, how does he get in? All that kind of stuff. So basically, you start with a lie that the presents that appear under the tree every Christmas come from good old St. Nick. Your children will begin to ask questions about that event, primarily about how it can happen and how it happens and all those kinds of things. And what ends up happening is you end up having to tell a bigger lie every single time, because your child is going to be precocious and intuitive enough to ask those kinds of questions that you haven't necessarily thought through. Like, for instance, say one Christmas, a 7-year-old looks at the presents and says, "Mommy, Santa Claus writes my name just like you do." Well, what are you going to do then? What are you going to say to that? Well, Joey, you see, Santa Claus can write like everybody's parents. Which is a stupid answer. It's like, why? Why would he do that? That makes no sense. Why wouldn't he just sign his own? Because then that just, if it's real, if Santa Claus is real, and he signs my name the way you write my name, that's just confusing, because then that makes me think you, Mom, are Santa Claus. That's crazy, right? That's just, so the reality with the flat Earth versus a ball Earth is the same idea in terms of it's not that your science teacher is telling you a lie, but the theory upon which the falsehood is based creates questions. And those questions very often have answers that continually lead to more questions because they don't answer the question ultimately. And so we have to say, okay, Copernicus, your 7-year-old says, but Dad, but Father, but Abba Copernicus, Father, if we are on a spinning globe, why is it we don't slip off the surface? Why is it we don't slip off the surface? And Copernicus might not have thought of that. He'll just say, well, Junior, it's just a theory right now. It's just a work in process. But I'm going to write your question down because that's actually a good question, and I'm going to have an answer for that if it's true that this is a sphere that we are standing on. Well, lo and behold, Isaac Newton comes along, and he likes Copernicus. He likes Copernicus' theory, and so then he creates an answer much like Santa Claus writes like Mommy, Johnny. And that is, he creates an answer which is called gravity. Now, gravity is just another theory to answer a is a postulate that needs to be proven, which it has not. Now, it's got a formula, and it's got all of the bells and whistles of an explanation. But ultimately, the explanation isn't sufficient because it's just another theory that needs to be proven. And if your major premise is false to begin with, it doesn't matter how many theories you can create to explain it. It just doesn't matter.